Alrighty guys, guess this don't has to be on there no more. Here's the 661 that I've been working on. Get this off. I'll show you guys the port work on it and the numbers that I chose to go with. I'm really hoping for a good running super strong saw out of this. I've never built 661. I've repaired them before, but I've never built one. But the layout of that cylinder is very, very similar to a 461. So I applied similar moves that I did on that crazy running 461. Here's my piston. It is taper cut. What I tapered it to, I don't know. I just go by off the seat of my pants on what kind of taper that I'm looking for. Let's see if you guys can see that or not. Got smudgy fingerprints all over it, but I gotta wash it up yet anyway. And got me another flashlight. So there's the matching taper cut combustion chamber. There's the uppers. Here's the lowers. The base has been cut. I took the lowers out as big as I could. There's the exhaust. Here's the intake. So, the numbers on this, stock with no base gasket, was 21 squish with no base. It was 100 on the exhaust. It was 120, 124 on the transfers, and it was 84 on the intake spot. Now, I did all sorts of machine work to this one, and after doing all the machine work, I ended up with back at 21 squish, which was what I was shooting for. Then because what I've took off here and out of the chamber and here, I managed to keep the exhaust right at 100, and then it was 87 on the intake. And then after doing all the port work, I kept it 21 squish. It's 98 on the exhaust. It's 115, 118, so it's 17 and 20 degrees of blowdown, and it's 88 on the intake. We're gonna see how that runs. If I'm not happy with the intake, I will put some epoxy in there and change the number. But we're gonna see how that goes. I didn't quite give it the blowdown of that 461 because there's quite a bit more surface area here for my pressure to drop. So I'm hoping I'm going to be running, I'll build a very similar muffler to like I did on the 461 as well. That saw seems to really be responding well to everything I did to that. So I'm going to try the same thing on here. This one has just a touch more blowdown. I would have been fine at leaving it at 100, but I had to do some cleanup and reshape the port to what I was wanting there. This thing should have some pretty serious compression, I would think. There's quite a bit of button that's going up in there, and I cut quite a bit out of the chamber. So, trying to think. There was something else I wanted to talk about too, but for the life of me, it's done slipped my mind. I'm still waiting on parts for the thing. I did order a brand new OEM chain brake lever. I gotta sand this up yet, but the JB Weld and metal sleeve repair Turned out really good. I just got to scuff it up and blend it in with some sandpaper. I'm not even going to put any paint on it. They're kind of curious. I'm hoping all the Mtronic stuff works in this thing. I'm probably going to run the cable rings that piston came with. I do have a brand new set of OEM 661 rings too, though. You know, so I don't know, but we're gonna see what she turns into. I'm pretty happy with the quality of my port work on it. I mean, I'm not perfect, but I do spend a lot of time, you know, trying to make sure that things look good. And I did fire the secondary first on this. If you run this, pulling the same thing that the 461 is running, I feel these have a compromised transfer system as it is anyway. That's why these ones prefer a shorter blowdown than like something that I normally build. Let's grab a pointer here. If you want to get technical, half of this feeds both these transfers compared to like my 4910s. Even this whole area doesn't equal to 1/2 of my transfer feed on a 4910. So these are compromised, so I gotta start them sooner. I need more transfer duration to achieve what I'm trying to get the saw to do, because these are lacking for flow. They're not lacking for velocity. This port design has a tremendous amount of velocity, but it doesn't have much flow. And then when I run water down it, it would shoot right down in here and instantly come out of the primary, and absolutely nothing would come out of the secondary. And this is already a compromised system, so if my theory is if water's not coming out of the secondary, fuel's not going to either. So I thought to myself I would fire that one first, at least utilizing something of that port, because if this is blocked off and that one's opening, fuel has to come out. If I shine a light in there, I can see daylight. So that theory seemed to work really, really good on the 461, both the 461s that I built. Was it right? I don't know. It's just what I choose to do. And then again, I don't ever claim any of my port work stuff is right. I just look at the saw, assess the situation, look at some other saws that I've ported, what I did work so well on them, how can I apply it to this, and then twist, flip, flop, manipulate it to achieve my desired outcome that I'm after. I'm really hoping that this thing is going to respond as well as the 461 did, because that 461 is a hoot and a half to cut with. Even my work saw one, that's still a hoot and a half to cut with too. I mean, that one's no joke either. That one put up 8.7, the other one put up 8.25. So they're both super strong saws. If I can get this thing up in the 10 horse range or more, I'll be ecstatic. At least I hope I can anyway. I won't know until I get it over to Joe's. But I just, I do the best that I can do with what I've got to work with. I'm no professional. I just sit out here and putter and try different things. I've destroyed lots and lots of cylinders, figuring out what works, what don't work. And then I don't know, I just try to do me. I try to stack the gains up, like a little bit of gain that this gave me, a little bit of gain that gave me. If you stack a lot of little gains at the end of your port job, they all add up. But it only takes one flop where you cut wrong or angled wrong or changed something and the saw didn't like it, and it sure seems one backslide can take more away in one backslide than all your little gains added up together. Because I've ported saws and hoping for the moon and they'd be a real doozer, and then I've done some that's been real wowzers. So, but that's the port work on this. I don't know how. Oh, it's dripping out of here. I was like, man, where's oil coming from? I haven't even put any oil in that thing. I'll be curious to. I might look for a new needle cage bearing too. This one didn't quite feel right to me for whatever reason. It's real glitchy. Can you hear it? So, I don't, for what I plan on doing to this thing, a piece of metal just come out of it too. Yeah, alright, this needle bearing is getting chucked in the do not use. Yep, here's another one too. I'm not sure where it's all. It's like it's coming out of the rollers. Any better now? Yeah, it's still all glitchy. So yeah, I'll have to find a different. If I gotta buy one, I gotta buy one. But let me know what you guys think. Oh, on this, I did have to take this tab down a little bit too because it was hitting the case. So for anybody that's machining them in the future, just be aware of that. But I was trying to figure out what was going on. I'm trying to get reading, and it was rocking and tilting all over the place. And I looked, and this tab was. I almost took the tab completely off, but I just clearanced it. I don't even know what the tab's for. But yep, so there's the port work on the 661 project. Let me know what you guys think. You guys take it easy and have a good one.